lady has agreed to talk to us about her spectacular hairdo, which we noticed outside. That's looking wonderful.
Thank you very much.
How long did that take to do?
About 10 minutes.
Oh wow! So have you done this many times? Have you got the knack?
Well, last year I was in Herräng and I decided I was going to do a cultural activity, which was doing hairdos. So from the 30s and 40s, and they run it in the Lindy Hop shop. And last year I learned a way to do my hair, and this year I came back to learn more. This year I got to learn how to do this massive, beautiful do here, and some victory rolls. And then
like that. Oh, the back's nice. The back's very
pretty,
nice.
isn't it?
And that will stay in position no matter how
3
quickly.
days.
I actually hung out with that crowd for like 3 years, and I used to dress vintage all the time. Like my furniture at home was vintage.
You wear it as day-to-day apparel.
That's correct.
Even when seeing patients, do they not lose confidence in your medical training? Do they not think that you might be the most up-to-date of doctors when they see your...
And wonder if penicillin's been invented yet.
There is a key here.
Oh.
It's quite hard now. So the chances of it falling out are slim to none right now.
And then I moved to Paris, and most of the dancers there were absolutely not into the vintage fashion. There were some people, but they were more, they were dressing 40s, but they would dance 50s to 50s music, which was not my kind of thing. So
that's just a crime against nature. That's just so wrong.
And did you know back in the 30s and 40s they weren't allowed to make a lot of clothes because they didn't have the materials, so they could do whatever they wanted with their hair and whatever they wanted with makeup. And that's why hair became such an important thing.
Right, but if a chap were to run his fingers lovingly through your hair...
We'd be very upset.
Oh no!
It's like, don't touch my hair, please.
But has it ever happened to you that you've wished that a nice young gentleman would run his fingers through your hair and then you realise, oh no, all the dilemma?
Oh yes, but I can just do it again.
Well,
that's why you learn to do it. So you just quickly whip it up into a little shape and you'll be happy.
Right, so in your handbag you have some emergency backup glue, do you, for resticking things?
Absolutely. It's actually called glue.
Madam, may I compliment you on your Louise Brooks hairdo there?
Thank you.
Do some people perhaps give you looks, think that lady's a bit strange?
Not really. I think there are many strange people, stranger than me.
Ah, right. Safety in numbers.
Yes.
Some of the vintage stuff is really hard to maintain in a proper condition when you dance a lot and you want to do stuff, and it might rip and it tears, and while it's frail, it's like 100 years old.
And in 100 years' time, it's going to be so much more difficult to be a retrovester.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think there's a really good movement in fashion that like the old stuff is coming back into fashion now.
It's quite in keeping with the swing look, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but I had that before. I was in dancing.
Oh.
Being a retrovester consumes a lot of time. In some way, you know, your passion is collecting the clothes. It's going to flea markets and going online and finding the good stuff and going there, getting it at a good price, at an affordable price. And then you have your own events where you just would go and you change 5 times a day just to show all your clothes and have fun with that. And I used to go to those events too. And we did dance there, but it was not dance focused.
Tell us about your vintage headscarf. So both Lindy Hop and retrovestry are so time-consuming and passion-consuming that there's seldom room for both.
Yeah, well, I think you can make it happen. Definitely, I made it happen for quite a while.
You think the people who dance in just ordinary modern clothes are letting the side down?
Yes.
So you have to be a great dancer to wear great
but
clothes.
Maybe it makes you also a better dancer too.
You dance what you wear.
Right, yes.
So, are you a retrovester? Do you want to be a retrovester? Do you know a retrovester? A retrovester?
All right, take 2.
No! No, we want the spontaneity, the proof of the genuineness of this take by the fact that I fluffed the line.
Retrovester.
Okay. A retrovester. Referring to someone who wears vintage clothing at all times.
At all times. Could even at sleep.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that people have vintage pajamas.
It wouldn't necessarily have to be.
Or if they wore no pajamas at all, you could still say they're not being inauthentic.
True.
Yeah. And a lot of women with the hairdos, they will sleep with their hair in the curlers and with a protective net or something.
Right.
So yeah.
Or I would wear some
retrovester
and a hair nest. Okay.
You were. Thank you very much.
Retrovester. Bye.
Good night, everyone. Goodbye.